Hello, namaste, and welcome back to another message from your spirit guides by Spiritualistik. Today we're going to do a pick a card reading again, and go ahead and select one of these four little handmade oracles of mine. We have Clairabilities, Off-Grid, Creator, Am North Node, and QT Pie, because what's a tarot reading without a little bit of a pun? So I'm so grateful that you're here. And I wanted to take a minute to just be grateful for you. Thank you for being here, and recommend that you check out my yoga classes, my distance Reiki sessions, and also my TikTok and my website, spiritualistik.com. I have a huge blog up there. There are free natal charts. So if you want to go, it has the interpretations and a reading and everything with the transits. So I have it up there for free for y'all if you guys want to check out anything that has to do with tarot, astrology, Reiki, yoga, energy healing. I even have some physics up there just because, we like using the right brain and the left brain over here. So that's my little spiel. Thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. And thanks for listening to me yap. I'll see you at your reading. Hey there, Group 1. Thank you again for being here. If you selected the Clairabilities card, then this is your reading. So to start off, this lets me know that you are either discovering within yourself or others the existence of or strengthening your own clairabilities. Now, clair means light or to shed light upon, and obviously to be able to do something is abilities. Other things that are standing out to me is the word air. So you could be focusing on vata and also lit. So this is kind of reminding me of fire element. So you could be sparking your fire by practicing your breathing. You could be increasing your passion, your spirituality. And this all has to come back to your breathing, your ability to consume and release. Beautiful. So different ways your clairabilities can manifest quickly: sentience, knowing things; clairvoyance, seeing things; clairaudient, hearing things; clairtangency, feeling things, which is similar to psychometry, like if you pick up this tarot card and you can feel where the tarot card's been. Claircognizance is when you just know, like you just know you know. And clairsentient is where you feel things kind of like empathically, but they come through the mind and the feelings also. Olfactory, smelling, and gustant tasting. So these are all different ways all of your senses can be heightened to knowing something that is external from you. It's just being open to receive, which could also be a theme of the reading. So Group 1, I'm going to shuffle this thrice because I'm hearing in my head to do so. And we follow our intuition before it makes sense in this channel. I'm going to pull from the top because that's what I'm feeling. And okay, I'm hearing take reversals. So we have the 8 of coins in reverse. The Lovers. 10 of coins in reverse. Oh, actually I'm hearing that this one's not reversed. So get it, Group 1. And, the 5 of cups. Interesting. There's something here that's not quite clear to you. You are feeling like, okay, you're picking up intuitively that it's time for something to occur in your life. However, the energies that are coming up are 2 masculines. I love this deck because it has 6 different lovers cards. It has all different types of genders, gender orientations, and lovers for everybody. This particular one has 2 masculine energies on it, but this one is purple and this one is indigo. So this lets me know that you are likely connecting with another being, some kind of being of a masculine energy in the spiritual realms. Now, this could be helping you grow your own masculine energy, be more comfortable taking action, taking steps in the right direction, and being confident in yourself, sensual, sexual, financially stable, getting a move on in life, right? Or also this could have to do with a same-sex relationship, or separately, it could be that there could be an imbalance in the situation because you're both approaching it from a masculine perspective. Now, 10 of coins. There's definitely financial abundance and stability in the situation that's coming up for you. You're feeling that it's time, and you're learning how to make a move. You are allowing your intuitive downloads, especially with these arrows pointing downwards, to direct your energy from your crown, through your pineal, your throat, your heart, and then all the way down to the masculine centers, which are your solar plexus, your sacral, and root chakras. 10 of coins indicates definitely loyalty. You are building some kind of, I'm hearing legacy or platform. You are definitely building something, and I think it's a lot further along than you'd expected. The 7 of Pentacles image is coming to my mind, which typically is like a guy who is focusing on a little plant. He's already buried the roots and it started sprouting out of the ground. It's now a little sapling. Here, there are big trees in the background, and this man is happy with his dog, just hanging out there. And this kind of looks like Metatron's cube and Kabbalah. So the archangels or the angels and archangels are definitely with you right now, helping you to I'm hearing get your shit together. But there are some emotional processes that need to go down so that you can find this inner peace and olive branch, maybe in a particular situation. Her hair is kind of reminding me of Medusa, so it's very likely that there was maybe someone who left you feeling jaded in your recent past, or someone who just went down with a fight, is what I'm hearing. So you're kind of either wondering, when is it going to be your time to, because you've been taking so much action, but I can tell that you're picking this up intuitively. And we did get the 8 of coins in reverse, so this is letting me know that it is your time to shine in whatever this is. If there's a blockage, it's the fact that you are learning how to see the light in a particular situation. I'm seeing that you're standing there. You're standing in the light, but there's this wave of emotion of somebody else or something else that you are holding on to and perhaps taking responsibility for. I'm getting the kind of feeling, group 1, that you're the kind of person that would take the shirt off your own back in order to help somebody else, regardless of whether or not you needed that shirt. And I think that this is a part of you that you're releasing so that you can feel free to receive stronger clair abilities, receive new clair abilities, and also maybe you're communicating with animals more strongly at this time. But I forgot what I was going to say before, but I'm just going to keep it moving because there's a reason for the season. We have Queen of Wands. This came out in reverse to clarify the 8 of coins. I'm hearing don't pull from the top. So I'm going to, wow, okay. I'm talking to you today. Page of Swords. Okay, so you are coming to a realization or about to receive a message when it comes to masculine energy in your life. And this could be intuitively, but I'm really feeling this as physically through speech. And we have the 7 of Cups and the 3 of Cups. And again, we got the Queen of Wands in reverse. With the 4 of Wands in reverse, actually, at the bottom of the deck. So this is really interesting energy. So what I can see here is this is essentially coming down to you wondering when it's your time is coming down to a lack of faith in yourself. You are speaking your truth, and there's a lot of masculine energy that you're coming into right now. Now, this definitely has a lot to do with things that are unseen. And because of this, when you are finding your physical stability and you're trying to create space for this in your life, you almost don't know how it's going to manifest. And this is because you are in such spiritual power that it's almost like you're reality shifting or timeline shifting or connecting with your past lives. This pink is really reminding me of the soul star chakra, which does help us connect to our past lives, and the 6th dimension, which does then connect to the divine masculine and feminine chakras from there, which is beautiful because we did get the masculines here. So there's this feeling of your masculine energy is not only grounded in your bottom 3 chakras, but it's also elevated to the point of being above your crown chakra. This is beautiful, and you're finding that beautiful like intonation, that resonance in between. Now, this purple here is also the color of the divine gateway chakra, which is the chakra that links the crown to the soul star chakra. Now, this, obviously, as the name implies, is a divine gateway. This helps you connect with your higher self and connect with the whole essence of your being so that you have access to your Akashic records, as they sometimes call it, and your previous memories that transcend this lifetime. So with the 5 of Cups and the 3 of Cups, 5 and 3 of Cups, this is letting me know you want to build something, likely with somebody else, and you're trying to feel confident enough to speak your mind. Now, you know that you feel something, but maybe you're not confident exactly in the way that you're feeling. This is because something left you feeling kind of jaded in the past, and you're wondering if the cycle will repeat itself. Now, you want everything to be nice, you want it to work out well. You could be cooking a little extra at this time. 3, for some reason, Taurus, loving food this is even Gemini, so I don't even know why that came to my mind. Wow, weird. You could be cooking extra, you could be feeling a little bit of hot and cold energy, but you're definitely trying to use your rationality and practicality to figure out the situation. Page of Swords implies that there's something that's coming towards you very quickly, but it will likely be a small opportunity that is fast, and you're being guided to take it because you can smell it a mile away. Now, I have a feeling you might think that this opportunity is larger than it is when it comes in, or whatever message comes in will likely be small, but what it will lead to is grandiose. Because of this, we have the 10 of Coins and the 7 of Cups. You have faith in this anyway, even though you don't really have a reason to. It's because of your clair abilities, because you're feeling it, you're seeing it, you're hearing it. It's like everywhere you go, there's just light. There's light and more light and more light, and you follow the light, and it keeps leading you to the situation. This is very interesting. I'd like to pull some more clarity for you using the Ascended Masters Oracle deck. Ooh, I'm hearing don't shuffle it like that. Choose peace with Paramahansa Yogananda. Okay, so this is likely something that you've encountered in the past. Or there is some kind of difficulty that you're going through with someone or something that requires persistence, and it needs you to get creative a little bit in the way that you approach this endeavor. Now, oh, here you go. Oh, I'm hearing don't take these 3, put them, okay, thank you. Sometimes they just shuffle for me. You have peace offering, take charge of the situation, and priorities. Interesting. So you've likely vibrationally transmuted the situation. You have vibrationally forgiven and moved past and healed this whole entire situation. Now it's time for you to show them what you're made of, essentially. The situation is grounding itself in a small way, kind of dipping its toe in the water, but it's not really dipping a toe. It's like when Moses was not walking down a path in this card, he separated the sea and created a path. And this is, oh, I got chills. This is the level of alchemy that is going on in order for you to come to this place of situation, or come to this place regarding the situation. This is definitely leading you to financial abundance, to happiness, to stability. And you see this coming. This is divinely meant for you, and you feel it, you know it. Your intuition is on point when it comes to this. However, you are reorganizing your priorities. You're realizing that everything and everyone is not going to hurt you, but at the same time, like, I'm listening to a message, excuse me. Everything and everyone will not hurt you, but things and people will. So you're learning how to use your discretion and feel comfortable being alone, because when you come together with people in the very near future, sooner than you think, maybe, it's important that you're confident being alone and being yourself, because I'm getting that you're very empathic. Okay, I'm seeing clairsentience on my card. You are so malleable to picking up other people's energy around you, and you have this opportunity, this beautiful opportunity to harness your own energy, sit with it, strengthen it, and make your energy, yes, lighter, but more dense of that light, to create more of a main stage, front and center, main character kind of vibe. And this is beautiful. You're becoming the king of your own life. You're reprioritizing things. You're taking charge of your physical and external situations. And there's this peace offering that's coming towards you. Now, indigenous people or cultures or buffalo could be relevant to you at this time. And this is also reminding me a little bit of purification. The indigenous ritual of smudging or saging. If you resonate with that, this could be indicating that you need to clear your energy or clear your space. Or this could be indicating that you might learn something by actually listening to the people around you who resonate with having indigenous ancestors of some sort, because there's always something to learn. This is letting me know that there's some kind of, I'm hearing puzzle piece or instrument that you can adopt or adapt to in order to help you be happier. I was going to say more successful, but I really just heard happier, because that's what you're trying to take charge of, right? Because we're only here in order to, right, make a difference and be happy. You are reprioritizing this, but the things that came before necessarily put you in a state of being weary of your surroundings, which is beautiful, and that's totally normal, because in order for things that are good and feel good to feel good, we must experience the equality of that, but in negativity. So if you've been experiencing a rough patch, this is so that you can feel more like happy and fulfilled when the situation does finally come through, whatever this is. You will definitely not be alone for very much longer, and that's why you're being definitely called to examine your current surroundings, prioritize yourself, and feel comfortable in your own energy so that you can feel alone even when you are surrounded by people, because you will definitely be surrounded by people. Having a platform or some kind of business or creative endeavor, mostly physical and financial, is definitely coming up with these cards. This is growing. There are more people watching you. There are more people around you, and there are more people that are going to try to come in contact with you. So it's very important that you are grounded. You are, I'm hearing, keeping to your own that was not quite right. You are holding your own. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. You need to make sure that you are holding your own so that you can break ties that do not serve you, and you can travel directly, attract that which does serve you, and easily cut out that which does not. Just as Moses is separating the sea here, you are acknowledging that which does not serve you and acknowledging that which does. But in order to do that, you must look inwards first and really, really take note of yourself, who it is you are, what it is you want, what your goals are, and how you're going to get there. Start taking progressive action and keep meditating, because this is the only way you'll be able to fine-tune your vibration along with your actions in order to meet your goals. Now, it's not necessarily that you are trying to receive a particular outcome, as it is that you're trying to enjoy yourself and just grow and expand with and alongside the universe and the collective. This is really beautiful energy, and there's a lot of indication of spiritual travel, soul travel. So you could be astrally projecting at this time. You could be having a lot of past life experiences. You could even have new spirit guides that are popping around, and the way that you're picking them up is through clear abilities that maybe you haven't experienced in a long time, or you have not yet experienced. So, I'm also getting mediumship. I did not write this on this card, but some of you could literally be like seeing entities in some way, shape, or form. Not all are good, not all are bad, but I have a feeling that this has to do with the spirit guide that's trying to guide you, and I just got hella chills. Whoo, okay. Take that if it resonates and leave it if it doesn't. Also, keep an eye out. If you start smelling something weird, or you see something, or you hear something, in the middle of the night last night, I was like falling asleep, and I swear I heard someone say my name, like yelling my name, like in my ear, but it was coming like from my eardrum. It wasn't like outside of me or necessarily like in my pineal. I've never experienced anything like that in my life. I woke up and I was like, oh my gosh. And yeah, now today I've had like this new spirit guide following me around. So you could have, well, not following me. Thank you, guide, for being here. I appreciate you. But this literally could be, I'm hearing this as somebody that you know. Now, it could be that they're incarnated right now. It could be that they're not incarnated right now, but this is somebody that you at least know of, and they're with you. This is really interesting, and they're helping you discover your own clair abilities, but that's not the point. The point is not you're special and you can do cool things. The point is you are growing and evolving and expanding, and you are helping others to do the same. I love this. I'm going to pull some advice for you from the Light Years Tarot, and I'm hearing do not shuffle it, pull from the bottom. So I will do this. You have Ace of Cups. I'm hearing 4, the Tower, 4 of Cups, and 6 of Pentacles. Okay. This is saying that there is a new beginning to your heart. You're opening up your heart and you're grounding this energy. You are finally speaking your heart. And this is leading to a lot of things around you that have collapsed, or maybe you're putting yourself out of your comfort zone, or you could even be walking in situations that you are not sure if they even serve you, but you just feel drawn to go there. This could be to tie up loose ends, to break some karma, to get some closure. This could even be because you are meant to be around this energy. Now, this is obviously the Tower card. This indicates things falling apart, falling down, right? A change to your daily routine, everything kind of being stripped away. But if you notice, this is like a very precise lightning strike. Everything is happening exactly, precisely the way that it needs to in order for you to get exactly, precisely where you want and need to. Also, there are a lot of butterflies on this card, which indicate transformation and growth. And not only are they butterflies, but they are monarch butterflies, which say that you are definitely meant to be at least a thought leader in your community. Now, you might not be seeing all of this yet, but you're picking up on it. And because you are experiencing it, but maybe not seeing it, I mean, you could be seeing it, but you might not be seeing it with your eyes, you know? Because of this, there's an offer that's coming towards you, and maybe you see it intuitively, but you don't believe it yet. Or you're wondering if it's going to be enough, if it's going to fulfill you. Now, you're feeling a little bit stagnated, but there's still this tree that you built in the background. There's still, your cups are not empty. You have used them and channeled them and filled them. You filled your own cup again and again and again, and this has helped others to do the same. I'm hearing you've built a legacy already, and you just have not seen it yet. Now, I'm thinking of a girl I saw on social media earlier, and she was saying, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, I made it to 1 million subscribers. I could not thank you enough. This is amazing, and she is over the moon because she's watching like herself hit 1 million viewers. Now, I am not subscribed to her. I am not a viewer of hers, but I still stumbled upon that. And I know exactly who she is. I know who she is. I know what she does. I know where to find her, like, just because she's on social media all the time. And I do not subscribe or follow her. This is letting me know that if you do have some kind of platform or you are creating something, you are seen by a lot more people than you think. Say you have 1 million subscribers. There could be 1.5 million people that are watching you. You just don't get to see the other side of that. You only get to see what's right in front of your face, and that's part of the challenge here. But that's also part of the gift. That is the gift here, because it allows you to focus on yourself, focus on your priorities, and make sure that you are getting what you deserve out of the situation. This is bringing people, new people, into your life, and old, I'm hearing, that will only have your best interest at heart, and they will help you to turn your head and see this beautiful rainbow that's being offered to you. Again, this is another indication. I just said rainbow, and we do have a same-sex couple here, so this could be also an indication that this has to do with a same-sex relationship. Take it if it resonates, leave it if it does not. So, okay, 2 of Wands. Yeah, you've been waiting for something for a very long time, to the point where you almost gave up. But you decided to go for it anyway, because why not just stand in your power and go for a little adventure, right? At the very least, you'll enjoy yourself. But that's not what's happening. You really took the shirt off your back, and you wrapped it up for yourself this time. And because you've learned this lesson, you are going to experience fun and success, and you're going to get to play, have fun, and actually enjoy yourself. You're going to feel stable in your home life and expansive in your spirituality. You will feel taken care of ultimately by the universe as you take care of the universe itself. And because this is what you're doing and who you are, it will be returned tenfold. This is so beautiful. I'd like to pull some advice for you before we take this into the extended. I'm going to take a look at a little more specifics, see what it is that's coming in and why. Oh, okay. These needed to come out. So Page of Swords, 2 of Cups, and 5 of Pentacles. Okay. What you're waiting for is coming. If this is a message, this could be a message, an apology, a beginning of a romantic thing or friendship or happy, like love vibes vibe. Your advice is not to ruminate on the past and not to worry about what you do and do not have, because I promise you at this moment, you have everything that you need and nothing that you do not need. And there is a lot that you do not see. There is a big key right next to you, and you have all that you could possibly need right here. And this is a symbol of protection, particularly in the physical realm. There's a big old door, and you have the key to it. And you are walking through it right now. The only reason that you're not seeing it is so that you don't feel not good enough to step through it. Now, there is definitely something that is coming towards you. It's going to come fast. We got 2 indications of this, with the Page of Swords actually coming out twice. It might seem small. It might seem like, well, this indicated something small, and this indicates something a little bit bigger, just because of the picture and vibration of the card. So this will be most likely something. A little birdie told me what you're doing. I read up what you were saying or what you're doing checks out. And now we feel confident enough in you to come towards you and offer you this new beginning. Don't feel like you're not good enough for it. Don't compare yourself to others, and don't feel like you need to change any part of you, physically, mentally, or emotionally, or verbally, in order to get where it is you're trying to go. Because it is precisely your uniqueness that is trying to get you where you need to be. Because there's only one you, and that is exactly who and what you're meant to be. Because you're the only one who can fill those shoes accurately, precisely, and beautifully, as you do. I'm going to leave this reading here, and I will see you in the extended group one. Thank you so much for meeting me here today, and namaste. Hi there, group 2. If you selected the orange off-grid card, then this is your reading. This is a message from your spirit guides, and we're going to take a look at your situation, clarity, advice, see what else wants to come out. Definitely a rebirth here, and maybe a new beginning in love, or some kind of new way that you're feeling about yourself, or I'm getting something you weren't expecting coming your way. You didn't expect to be passionate about this, but it's maybe showing you a new beginning. Wow, super cool. Okay, let's give it one more shuffle. Ooh, something is grounding into your reality. Queen of Coins, sorry. I'm gonna, give me some flyers. Give me some flyers, please. Group 2, oh, hey there. I'm hearing take all of them, so I'm just gonna chip away what we got here. Starting at the bottom of the deck energy, you have the Tower. Oh, okay. So something I'm hearing recently, like in the past, might have totally just not gone how you expected. Just totally crumbled. This, Hey, girl, Queen of Coins. Okay. So, we have the 10 of Swords. This is so many cards. I'm going to take them, though, because I'm feeling called to. 10, 10. Hey! 10 of Swords to the 10 of Wands. All right. So, there's something that you're recently getting over a heartbreak or some kind of difficult situation in your life. I can definitely tell that this is something that was destined to happen for you, and maybe you intuitively saw it coming, but you refused to look at it. You had all the tools you needed to cut this out of your life, whatever it was, and you had some opportunities to, and maybe you even tried, but at the end of the day, you felt stuck or tied to this, and so the universe lovingly stripped it out of your life. With the 10 of Wands, it's letting me know that this was so that you could find something better. And this is going to come as a manifestation of previous work you've already done. Now, this is letting me know also that you're coming to an important milestone in your spiritual evolution, your passion, and your creativity. I'm also hearing sexual awakening, so that could be also significant. 5 of Cups. Maybe you were feeling a little bit neglected, left out in the cold, and you weren't maybe you're like okay with the way your life was going, but it wasn't the way that you expected. And you didn't feel like you could maybe talk about this. So, 10 of Cups. Hey, so this was this was happening so that 10, 10, 10. Oh my God, this was coming so that you could create a new beginning for yourself. But there was a cycle that needed to end regarding an external situation you needed to cut out of your life. You had opportunities to, and you didn't. But the 10 of Wands is letting me know that you have been putting so much work into your passion projects. You feel so confident about where you are, where you're going. This might have to do with your career, your art, your whatever this is. Something that has to do with passion, art, spirituality. And you have, the Sun. Oh, this is the Star. Ooh, even better. Okay. There's definitely some kind of new beginning or happy. I'm hearing happy wife, happy life. Why does that keep coming up? There's some kind of new beginning that you maybe intuitively felt was coming and you were looking for it everywhere, but you weren't able to see it. So you were kind of starting to give up a little bit. And then all of a sudden, something clicked. Or maybe you're seeing like a vision from the future and you don't know where to place it, and it's all that you've ever wanted. So you've been trying to maybe like scrape the bottom of the barrel trying to find it. But I think that you are already building your way most of the way there. Interesting. So you have Temperance, clarifying the 10 of Wands, which lets me know that there was an aspect of freedom that was missing from this past situation, and you needed to let it go in order for this to, in order for you to re-evolve. You've been very patient. You've been very guided, and you always knew what you were doing. It's like you didn't want to be stuck, but you wanted to be stable, and that was what maybe was holding you back from releasing this past situation. So 7 of Wands lets me know that you're definitely striving for greatness here. There's a transformation that's been occurring within or around you, and you're finally figuring out your own flow. It's like after a while you were kind of maybe dishing energy in one particular direction and not seeing too much coming back of it, or maybe you weren't aware of everything that was coming out of it. And now you're finally starting to see. Like I'm hearing you, like you got your spunk back for some reason. And this is Wands and number 7, which is Libra energy, which has to do with you and your personal relationships and finding balance within yourself first, and then allowing that to overflow into your relationship with others. Now, this highly intuitive energy coming out here, it could be that you follow your gut, you follow your intuition. Your gut is a form of your intuition. We have our pineal gland and we have our solar plexus. And also our heart. These are like 3 forms of intuition that occur in our bodies. So you could be amazing at following your gut and maybe not quite understanding that this is your intuition. Or maybe you do know, and maybe you just go with the flow, but you go with your own flow. But something occurred here that allowed you to like take a beat and stand in your power. Maybe you thought that you were standing in your power, but you were searching for something that wasn't yet around you, but you were maybe sniffing it out or picking it up in some way, shape, or form. The Hierophant. Okay, so you were looking for something to commit your energy to. You're very, very intuitive, and you definitely, beards could be significant, like long hair, beards. It's like you have the key to something, or you feel like you have the key to something, but this isn't what's important here. What's important is the fact that you've been trying to create change in this area of life, and because you weren't seeing what you wanted to see, which is likely something to do with like a happy ending, romance, your dreams coming to fruition, healing a difficult area of your life, You're finally stepping into that beautiful energy. You're standing in your power again, and you're committing yourself to yourself. Now, because you're doing this, there is a change coming, and you're being asked to commit to something that will remove obstacles and challenges from your life. Page of Coins indicates that there will likely be a very small and very slow step in the direction that you have been picking up on or wanting to go towards. But because it's so small, and because you've been looking for this everywhere, when it actually crosses your path, you might not recognize it for what it is. But there will be a lot of communication here that is right up your alley. You're very comfortable with it. And I notice how this yellow on this card is different from the yellow here, which indicates that it's tinged a little bit by green. So it's so interesting that there was pure, confident energy here. And it kind of starts opening up your heart space a little bit. Just this one itty-bitty, teeny-tiny little action. It's slow. It's insignificant seeming. But to you, it means the world. This is so cool. It represents everything you've ever wanted. Ooh, and now you're having anxiety because you're wondering if you're healed enough to accept this into your life. You're wondering if you're worthy of this. You could be thinking about all of the past times that you have looked for this and didn't find it where you thought you would. We have the Empress. Ooh, there's definitely a new beginning coming. There's an opportunity to create something new. And there's this energy of heartbreak and sneakiness. Okay, you could be, I'm picking up that these are your fears. You're committed to not being hurt again, and you could be the kind of person to maybe try to hurt somebody before they hurt you. You leave them before you think they're going to leave you. This type of energy where you're like, I'm going to before they will. But what you really see here is abundance and fortitude and stability and opportunity. You see potential, but you likely promised yourself that you would never allow this energy back into your life again, or at least not for a long time. Which is exactly why it stumbled into your life when you started focusing on yourself and deciding that you were actually worth committing to yourself, and you had enough energy and space into your life to let this very, very tiny physical offer in. We have, the Three of Cups. This indicates a party situation or scenario. It also indicates celebration. It indicates coming together with friends, and this is a highly feminine card. So it could be that an energy came into your life that is highly feminine and is confident in showing their heart. And I feel like this is maybe the one thing that you were not confident in, was wearing your heart on your sleeve because of a previous situation that hurt you and took you a while to get over, perhaps. And maybe you had like this jaded view a little bit of Empress energy, feminine energy, whatever this is, because you maybe thought that you didn't deserve it, or you couldn't trust people with energy like this, or whatever. But then you encountered unconditional love, and you wanted to create with it. I'm seeing 333 actually. So someone is a master at wearing their heart on their sleeve, and it's almost like this just shook all the swords out of this heart. It's like you immediately forgot about all your past heartbreak, and you were just ready to go. And there was this itty-bitty teeny-tiny offer that you probably didn't recognize as such until it was over, or the offer was over. There's an opportunity to begin a new cycle in your, whatever it is that makes your heart sing. This could be love. This could have to do with literally a romantic situation with a person, or your family, something that has to do with your heart center and also your intuition. Now, it's very probable that you encounter this energy and you're like, oh, you're such a tiny little sweet little squishy little thing. But at the end of the day, these two don't seem like they could or should or would ever cross paths, but they absolutely do. It's very likely that you play an important role in your surroundings, or you're very well known. It could be that you wear a crown or of some sort. You could be in the public eye. Long hair is coming out again, so that could be significant to you. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords. I'm hearing... Okay, I'm taking it in reverse. So, okay, you recognized this, actually, when it stepped in. You did recognize this. This potential here, but you did not take a step towards it. You tried to rationalize yourself out of saying anything, and because of this, you kind of have this feeling of woulda, shoulda, woulda, coulda, I'll say. But you're starting to stand more confidently in your intuition. This is likely creating some kind of spiritual awakening for you. But you might not recognize it as such, because it seems like you're a person that follows your gut intuition over your pineal intuition. Now, they're the same thing. They're the same messages. They're just coming through in different formats. And you might be starting to realize that you're more intuitive than you think. And this is where your confidence comes from. it's very likely that you go after your dreams, you chase them unapologetically, and you're able to pinpoint energies very specifically and very accurately. You're starting to realize how intuitive you really are, and that you are always meant to play a larger role in your community. And especially if you do wear a proverbial crown of some sort, you're here to use your platform, to use your audience, to use your, I don't know, your surroundings, whatever it is that you are like a master of your craft of, we'll say that. It's very likely that you are meant to use this and combine it with your feelings and your intuition in order to create something new, in order to make a change within yourself that will create a ripple effect for others. This is beautiful and super interesting. I'm taking a look at the Ascended Masters Oracle. Oh, okay. We have come out of the closet, Amaterasu. Ooh, okay. So someone was keeping their feelings quiet about whatever this is. Probably all of them in the past, in the present, and hopefully not in the future, but you do you. Whatever. You have flow of prosperity, Lakshmi. Yeah, you might have, you might see this as some sort of threat to your prosperity, or you could see how much abundance and prosperity there would be if you stepped towards this, and you kind of are needing to trust with Vishnu that this energy that you felt initially, this very tiny, very passionate energy that you felt for just a spark of a moment, is sustainable. But there's nothing to go on except for faith and trust and pixie dust, and that's literally that's the point, I think. This one wants to come out. Oh, hey, okay. Same card. Put this deck down, pick up the Light Seer's Tarot. Okay, so you're learning how to heal, or you have healed, and now you're stepping into a place of coming to center. It's like you are no longer feeling stuck. You're feeling ready to move, and maybe you're realizing that you're being guided in a particular direction so that you can speak your mind about the way that you feel about the situation. And that might really come as a shock to you. And I heard culture shock when I said that, so there could literally be an aspect or element of culture shock to the situation. Queen of Pentacles wants to come out. I'm hearing put it to the right, so that's interesting. There's a star again and the Page of Swords. Okay, so there's a message, some kind of message that you want to send about the way that you feel or your aspirations, or maybe you feel healed enough because you received a message. It could be both. A lot of yellow coming out. You're definitely very much standing in your power and very abundant, but your intuition comes from your feminine energy, and it sinks into your confidence. And I think that you're starting to realize that you are more balanced than you think you are. You could present very masculine energy externally, but you could really be longing for that femininity within yourself, but you're keeping your cards close to your chest. You could be on a budget, or like financially very what is it called? Can't remember the word. Comment below if you remember, but like frugal. Oh my god, that was the word. You'd be very financially frugal at this time, because maybe your abundance, your paycheck, whatever, hasn't been as stable as it usually is. And maybe you feel like this has you looking at the world from the outside, because you're trying to cling on to what you have. It seems like you have a decent amount of success here some way or another. And this has to do with something that you were taught by your family or your ancestors. They're like, you are doing amazing. I'm super proud of you. Keep that money forever. Don't ever spend it on anything, whatever it is. This could also have to do with physicality, making offers. You're like, do I, don't I? You're starting to see things from a new perspective. You have decided that you are worth stepping up and speaking up. You are worth having what you want, and you are worth any money that you want to spend. 412, 22, 7, and 33333 could be significant numbers to you, as well as 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 101. Ooh, like the highway. Life is a highway. Song could be in your head for some reason. King of Wands. Ooh, you feel like way too passionate about something, and I have a feeling you could be maybe feeling like sexual attraction or like a spiritual attraction. And because they're both fire energy, sometimes these things can be confused for one another, but they can also synchronize very beautifully. So, you are harmonizing all aspects of yourself. You are creating a new reality for yourself, and you're using all of the tools in your tool belt in order to, I'm hearing, get the courage to wear your heart on your sleeve, or to step up and make an offer, or to explore at the very least an offer that was made to you. Now you have the Tower, again, which was the first card that I pulled at the bottom of the deck in the shuffle. So this lets me know that if you don't keep your cards close to your chest, there's an opportunity for things to fall apart. Maybe This would require leaving a job or spending a lot of money or separating from your family or something. There's some aspect of needing to release something in order to step towards your true desires. And it's so worth it to you, and you're realizing that you are worth it. And I can see how confident you are and how on point your intuition is. So it's like you are almost wondering how you're not letting yourself, it's like do what you normally do, right? You've had some kind of realization. You're trying to learn what in the world is going on with you, and it's like your whole worldview is expanding. You could be learning about the occult. You could be getting into candles, candle magic, the lunar phases, something like this. And there's the Hierophant again. Wow, it's from 2 different decks. We're getting different cards. This is very cool that the cards are synchronizing like this. You want to make, you feel so passionate about something that you want to commit to it, but it's like you don't even know it well enough to do so. So you're trying to learn as much as you can behind the scenes before you take a step forward. You could feel a very spiritual connection to whatever this is, and you feel like it actually brings out your masculine energy by triggering your feminine energy. Or this feminine energy is like very beautiful to you, and it's actually helping you feel more confident in your masculine energy, or vice versa. I don't really apply genders to like the people. It's more so the energy. So take it as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. There's some kind of light at the end of the tunnel here, and you're trying to manifest like a victory for yourself, but also it's like you're realizing that your daily routine isn't what's taking you there. You're kind of in this perpetual cycle, but you want to commit yourself to something new, and you want to have more fun and play in your life, but not in like this, maybe not in the same way you have been. You want to learn and you want to grow, you want to expand, and that's how you want to be victorious. So, advice: strength, fortitude, be strong enough to stand in your power. Speak your mind, absolutely. Use that masculine energy that wants to come out and speak your mind. This is something that is meant for you. You have this knowledge that you've been too timid to share with those around you, and likely this person or situation came around your life to give you an opportunity to express this part of yourself that you haven't probably ever gotten to, or last time you did, it definitely left you feeling like there was sneaky energy or jaded or backstabbed, the rug was pulled out from under you, something like this. Ooh, Queen of Swords, counterpart energy. Whatever energy you put out, you're getting right back from the situation. So if you dip your toe in, they'll dip their toe in. If you flirt, they will flirt. If you show up with a strong work ethic, they will show up with a strong work ethic. Whatever area of life this resonates to you with. There's definitely an element of duality here. And it's like they're not looking at each other, but they're counterparts, and they are kind of aware of this. Couches, didgeridoos, and telephones could be significant. I'm hearing, now I know how I feel about you now, like Miranda Cosgrove. Shout out to Jake and Josh. Oh my gosh. Knight of Pentacles and Six of Cups. Okay, so you're almost like regretting not moving towards something, but you've decided that you do want to. You just it's like you have the courage already to do it, but you're moving really slowly. You are thinking about the past, you're thinking about your childhood, and maybe there's something about this energy. There's this puppy coming up again that just reminds you of like the way that people feel when they see a dog. And it's really cute and adorable. And you know how like, ooh, hey, counterpart again. Sorry, distracted. You know how like, you see your dog and you're like, you are mine. I love you. You're the best forever. Oh my gosh. It's like you feel this way about something, but it doesn't match what you're known for, or it might require you to change the way that others see you, or the way that you express yourself in some way, shape, or form. Less so the way that you express yourself, more so what you're expressing. And you could be trying to find like the beautiful balance between this. King of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles, they're coming out together like, hey boos, they're meant to be together forever. This is strong, this is sturdy, this is grounded. There's definitely an element of slow and steady wins the race, but also King and Queen of Swords came out. So this is something that might have initially crossed paths with you very quickly. Like it started and ended in the blink of an eye, but in those small moments in between, it's like they lasted an infinity, they lasted forever. Definitely an element of celebration here. You could be like drinking or smoking or doing something like at a festival or a concert when you meet. And it's going to shake you up a little bit. You're definitely going to feel, oh yeah, this is fun. This is where I belong. I feel super comfortable in this energy. And it's like awakening. It's passionate. It's amazing. But then the second that it passes by, because we have this energy of something leaving in a flash, you realize perhaps that, oh wow, I really liked being in that energy and now it's not here. And I notice its absence now and I didn't before. But I think that that was what maybe you were looking for in the past. The energy that you were looking for everywhere and you didn't find. It just casually crossed your path. And you were like, oh yeah, I'm vibing, this is cool. And then all of a sudden, boom, it's gone. And you're like, whoa, should I send a message? Should I do something? Should I take a step? Will this affect my freedom? Do I really feel this way? Oh my gosh, this is like simp. This guy's like so simpy. Also, tattoos could be relevant, like arm tattoos. You could have really liked their arm tattoo. You could have a really cool arm tattoo. Cuffed jeans, Converse, I don't know. This guy looked kind of like emo, like in a good way, you know. So that could be significant. King of Cups, the Moon, Nine of Swords, and the Sun again. So, why am I singing so much? Yeah, you definitely want to make an offer towards this person or situation or thing, but you are having a difficult time actually either processing your emotions or getting them out of you, and this is like causing a little bit of a overflow, it's like boiling over on the inside. Feel a little bit like you're overthinking this. You could be maybe having weird dreams that involve the situation, like ever since it crossed your path. But it's like you see this as the light at the end of the tunnel, and you don't really know why or how you want this so bad, but 919 indicates that there's something grounding for you in the future that's going to make you feel free, and it'll make you feel fully yourself for the first time, or maybe for the first time in a long time. There's another dog here, so dogs could be really significant. Maybe someone just gives you puppy dog energy, which dogs indicate loyalty, adorability, also just general canine-ness. Two of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, and Page of Swords. You are going back and forth because you actually really see something here. You know this could make you happy. This is not the first time we got Ten of Cups, even in this reading, and Page of Swords is coming out again. So this lets me know that you absolutely want to take a move here. There's something you want to say, but you feel like maybe you need to learn a little bit more before you do. You're trying to figure out why it is that you feel so attracted or connected to this particular energy, why it made your heart feel so good. I'm hearing like a heartbeat, like bumping so fast, and maybe this happened to you like as a sign for you to know, like to pay attention to your surroundings, like the people, places, or things, or maybe words that are around you, perhaps like lyrics to songs that are stuck in your head. Oh, I just heard someone say yeehaw outside my window, so there's a, I don't know, I guess confirmation. So you're kind of coming to this place where you're like, well, who, what, when, where, why, and how, like, huh? Like, you don't know. You really don't know why your inner child feels so satisfied around this one glimpse of a moment, and your heart started to go pitter-patter. Now, you want to take a step in this direction. You want to send a message, but you feel like you might be walking the line here for some reason. I feel like this has to do with your confidence, the way you present yourself. Maybe you have an idea, or you're trying to come up with an idea of how to present a message or come towards a situation in a way that's not walking the line. Very interesting. Ace of Pentacles, there's definitely an ability to ground this here. Page of Cups and the Fool. Ooh, honey, if you take a step here and you jump, it's going to be slow and steady wins the race. Your heart is going to continue pattering like that, but in like a great way. And maybe with all this confidence that's coming out, I'm noticing the yellow be a little bit less and less as we're moving forward. So there could be an ego death related to this. Not because you're not amazing, because you're absolutely amazing and super beautiful. And I don't know if you heard that today, but you're loved. But you may have this energy of like, oh, this is like crossing the line. This won't happen. When pigs fly, they won't, whatever. But something about you is like, you know what? F it. Like, I got to go for it. I'm just going to take the leap. I'm going to have faith. Even if I jump and I fall, what's the worst that happened? I know where the ground is, kind of energy. But so you're wondering, why does this cause you so much anxiety? So literally, why are you in your head about it? I think it's because of the pitter patter in your heart. You're overthinking it because you're not speaking your mind truly, authentically. Okay, where do you want to go? Here. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You keep getting all these counterpart cards. There's definitely Ace of Wands. There's a new passionate, sexual, spiritual, creative opportunity and beginning for you that's coming up. But it's like you feel this and you hear it, and it's like, you know when you like ring like a cymbal or something, or like you play the piano and you hit this, what is it, the suspend pedal or whatever, and it's like there's this ringing afterwards, like this vibrance. It's like there was this instant of like hitting a guitar string, or like, you know, when you do like harmonics and it's like ding, but it's like blah, like it just vibrates for a long time. And that's kind of what this energy did to you. And you're like, why in the world did this hit me so hard? And it's because there's something here. You've gotten every single ace and every single page that can come out, and they've come out in different decks, which is really rare. On top of that, you've gotten so many counterpart cards, which is literally ridiculous and also never happens. So this definitely is an energy that was meant to cross your path. You are definitely brought to each other for a specific reason, and it's so that you can actually find who you really are on the inside, because it's not that you didn't know, it's that you weren't fully expressing yourself. But there was a moment in time where you felt safe to do so, and I think you didn't use that opportunity. There's definitely like love and romance and partying, and I don't know why music so much in this pile is coming up, but something about music is really like your light could be all around you. Like, this is reminding me of like when people like have lighters at a concert and they're like, woo, like you rock, oh my gosh, oh my god, amazing. This could be literally all around you, and you're like, I am unbothered by all of this. Look at this one light. Look at this literal one singular light. It's beautiful and everything forever. Oh my gosh, yes. It's your light at the end of the tunnel. You really want it. And that's why you feel called to take like a really quick action towards it, but there's something that's preventing you from doing this. I'm going to pull, I don't think I did this for the other piles, but I'm going to pull you a yes or no question. So go ahead and get this ready. I'm going to use this deck. So I'm going to pull you a yes and no question. So just think of it. And then the card that comes out will also tell you why. Like, it'll give you a little more context as to why it's yes or no. So go ahead and think of the question, and I'm going to get you an answer. Ooh, that was fast. Ooh, this is no, because all in due time. Interesting. So this has to do with personal relationships. It has to do with the timing being right. And then this energy here, it's kind of this yellowy green. This is indicating that whatever question you asked, it was coming from a place of, you know your worth and it's awesome, but you don't quite feel comfortable. Like, I'm hearing yellow belly, and also he looks kind of green, like when people get sick. So you could be looking at the clock thinking that your opportunity is over. Maybe that's what you asked, but it's not. You just need to open up your heart to the situation. Or no, because it's not time yet. One of those two. So I'm going to leave your reading there right now, group 2. Sorry. Also off grid. I didn't even talk about this card. The first thing that's coming to my mind here is like van life. Oh my gosh, I have a Chevy G20 and I want to take her on the road so bad. You could be, maybe you express yourself in a way that's a little bit off the beaten path, or you could be maybe one of those people that has like literally no social media, or you could be like just literally like out of touch with like the trends, or like just off grid in some way, shape, or form. And it's like you found something that matched your energy, but maybe it was the opposite of you. Or maybe like this was like a one-off situation. Like maybe you cross paths with this like person, individual, situation, opportunity, and you were like, this seems a little too perfect. Like, this has to have been a one-off situation. And this dash in between, this hyphen, is kind of letting me know that no, these things are definitely connected. Like this happened because you needed to see something about yourself. It was meant to like reflect a mirror back to you. And there's definitely an opportunity here. But no, your time is not up, if that's what you're asking. Your opportunity did not pass. There is something, I'm seeing this page of coins that came out earlier again in the reading. Where'd she go? I don't know. She's down here somewhere. And this indicates that there was like some kind of itty bitty teeny tiny baby step that maybe you didn't recognize as such, but it's there. And then after this, we did get all the rest of the pages, which indicate movement, beginning of something. So this can go fast, this can go slow, this can happen, this can not happen, but whatever this is, it sparks you with joy. And I think that you allowing that to be the case is the point. No, the time is not up. But your heart is not opened fully enough for this to fully resonate with you. So yeah, 7 o'clock could be relevant for you also, or July could be relevant. Cancer energy, Libra energy. I'm hearing Aquarius, and also Capricorn is coming out pretty strongly, and a little bit of Leo vibes too. And I'm thinking of like hair again, like I don't know why, like big long hair, like Leo, like lion mane type vibe. So that could be relevant. There's another beard, I don't know, and dogs. So I'm actually going to leave your reading there today, group 2. Thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful, crazy realm. Thanks again for being here. I'll see you in the extended. Namaste.
Hi there, namaste.
if you selected the third group, then you selected this indigo colored Creator Am card with the little North Node. This lets me know that you've definitely been trying your hand at manifestation, but you've been letting your intuition be your guide. Now, there might have been a time in the recent past where you had such a very, very clear vision, you're following your heart, and you were able to easily ground these things. But it could be that you got a little bit carried away in the result of the manifestation, that you forgot to either cover all the bases or really continue diving deeper inwards. Because this card, the first thing that is letting me know is this is not about what you are creating or how you're creating it. It's about what and who you are. With the little North Node at the bottom, whatever it is you're working on, this project, this thing, whatever manifestation you're trying to bring to fruition, this is something that was absolutely meant for you, and it will help you reach your full potential. It will require a lot of confidence on your part and a lot of diligence. However, there is an aura almost of tentativity, because there's an energy of moving full speed ahead or not at all. But you need to remember that the only thing that you're manifesting is your own energy being reflected back towards you like a mirror, and that success and manifestations can only be what you are, and the definition of these things is entirely subjective. So I'm going to pull from the Star Spinners Tarot, which I absolutely love. Ooh, kidoki. I'm going to take the Hanged Man, the Knight of Coins. I'm hearing... Okay, and the Chariot to start off the reading. And at the bottom of the deck, you have the Emperor. Ooh, very cool. So, you have been definitely hanging upside down, seeing things from a new perspective, and you've been trying to ground your intuition and bring your confidence into your feminine energy. There's very much of an energetic awareness here, and there's also an energy of conscious polarization, which lets me know that everything that is grounded and masculine, you're trying to ascend and make more feminine, and everything that is feminine and higher, you're trying to ground and move into your masculine energy. Like your root and your crown chakras, you're like flipping them so that you can polarize each other. This is really beautiful energy. And the Knight of Coins being green here, as an aside, does indicate like the heart center, the green for the heart chakra. So remember that while you're doing this, you're hanging upside down. You might feel a little bit confused. You could feel a little bit like you see what you need to do, but doing it is hard, or you know that you can get there, but it's in your head, or whatever. And you need to remember that, yes, you are the energy that you are attracting, and you have full control over that, and no one else, nothing else does or can, but you need to move from a place of a heart center. Now, you're taking like the second step in the progression of getting where you need to go. And things are starting to move pretty quickly. As they are, you're finding yourself looking down a little bit, and there's this lack of awareness of how fast you're really expanding and growing, and almost this wish that you were moving faster and larger and more. And it's not because you're not. You're already in the Emperor energy here. You are strong. You are standing on your throne, but he looks a little bit defeated or tired. It could be that you've been overworking yourself. It could be that you are so much in your goals, in your future, in your confidence, in your intuition, that the next move needs to come from your heart and nothing else, because you have put the practical action into place. You have been meditating, you have been following your vision, and I'm hearing that you've been receiving downloads and following suit accordingly, and it's gotten you exactly where you want to go. But this missing piece here is being unafraid and full steam ahead stubbornly in the direction of your heart center, and incorporating this, a little more of that emotion, a little more of that personality, a little more of that unafraid, authentic vulnerability into whatever this is what will ultimately crack this open in a place of fulfillment from you. Because it looks like you're already nearing your goals if you've not already reached them. But you're feeling a little bit of stagnation because you want to fly and instead you're sitting on a throne. And it's like you're grateful to be sitting on this throne, but now that you're here, you're kind of thinking, well, what's next? Thank you for getting me here, angel, spirits, guides, miscellaneous, but now what? But I'm hearing Lucky by Britney Spears. She's so lucky she's a star, but she cries with her lonely heart, thinking, if there's nothing missing in my life, then why am I singing Britney Spears on my channel? So we have the Sun, the Knight of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Wands. Oh, these are beautiful cards with the Empress popping out at the bottom of the deck. Divine counterpart energy, or just tuning your masculine and feminine energies, aligning them with each other, finding balance. I'd like to move this little selenite just a smidge if I can. So, you have really been thinking, triple thinking about what it is that you really, really want, and you're pretty sure, but there are little bits and pieces of energies when it comes to your stability, your confidence, and your communication that are maybe making you feel like you know that this is what you want and you've been diving, but maybe you've just been falling for a really long time trying to get there. There are a lot of crows on this card, which is very unique towards this particular deck, and this indicates that you are not alone and you're definitely being guided. Now, her eyes are closed, which lets me know that you likely see all of this action that's going on around you, but you see it from within. When you open your eyes, you might only see the one, and it might be red. Now, red does indicate stability. It indicates, like, your comfort. But it can also bring discomfort. Red can be kind of a jarring color. So, you're trying to... It's like you don't want to pick the apples from the tree. You want them to fall on their own into your hand. And this is what you see happening, but you feel like you've been falling for a really long time. And it's time for you to focus the energy more on yourself. But as you do this, you are learning that you need to communicate from a place of your heart center a little bit more. Put your personality a little more into what it is that you're doing. And as you're moving full speed ahead, you're realizing that you already have everything you could ever want. Kabbalah could be significant for you, as well as Metatron's Cube at this time. This also is a little bit of a shout out to me that your angels are absolutely with you. They're guiding you, and they've helped you grow, not just internally, but externally. There may have been some financial abundance that has recently stepped into your life unexpectedly, and I'm hearing that past efforts that you have made are going to be coming into fruition abundantly for you. So whatever you're working on now will help you in the future, just like whatever you've worked on in the past is going to come back around and help you out now. The smile on this dog, the way that they're looking at each other is just so sweet. This lets me know that whatever it is that you've been kind of feeling a little bit down about, the situation is meant for you, and it's loyal back to you just like you are to it. But again, it reflects and mirrors your energy. So if there's a day where you feel a little less loyal towards the situation, that will be reflected back towards you. Separately, if you are feeling doubt about the energy that's coming towards you, that is really showing a portion of your own energy. So make sure that you are just staying grateful, staying loyal. Dog loyalty and Taurus is kind of coming up with this little dog for me. And I did see Taurus right in the first card, so just Taurus energy in general, Venus, liking nice things, enjoying good food, showing up for work, being loyal to your loved ones, a bit of stubborn energy, like kind of creating a practical plan and then flying by the seat of your pants, without like taking the necessary adjustments or steps along the way in order to just make sure that you're still going in the right direction. There's just this, I don't care, it's okay, let's go for it, I'm in a happy place, I like where I'm headed, I like where I'm at kind of energy going on here. And you're starting to come into this greater appreciation for where it is you're really at. Things are moving full speed ahead, and it's very possible here that you're in the public eye or you're coming into the public eye. And this is something, number 7, that was meant for you, but as you balance out your own energy, there's a lot here indicating that What you put out is what you put in, but not just effort. This is very much focused on your heart-centered communication and your vibration. You're a very, very, I don't want to say prominent soul because I feel like that's like a loaded phrase, but you're a very, I'll say advanced and or aware soul. You are one that sees a lot of pieces to the puzzle that maybe others miss or are having a hard time accepting that they're there because it requires looking inward. Now, on the chariot, he's moving full speed ahead and he's being guided by these two purple little kitty cats, little angels here, but his card is yellow and he's almost looking down at his solar plexus like, which is popping out, by the way. He's kind of like, well, why? Why do I feel overly confident or not confident enough? There's this lack of self-assuredness that's being masked by perhaps an overt sense of self or needing to impose what you think it should be or what would make you feel best about yourself if it happened a particular way, even though you're being guided to just release all of the expectations and all of the difficulty and really any sense of self. Because this is how we create narratives, this is how we hold on to energy, and we ebb and flow, right? We are a system. We are meant to process and release and recycle energy constantly. We're a collection of vibrations that we continually collect and release. And there's a little bit of a like traffic block kind of going on in this sacral and solar plexus area here. And I noticed that sacral energy really doesn't want to pop out here. So that could be significant to you too. This has to do with like your spirituality, your sexuality, your sensuality, and your creativity. So there could be a little bit of a it goes without saying vibe here, but that is popping itself up into your solar plexus in a way that is allowing you to step back into your childlike innocence and be grateful for where it is that you are now, almost from a point of the perspective from your own inner child. You're sitting on this throne and you are living everything you've ever wanted, and you're about to even more. 4 and then 6. This is a happy home, happy family, maternal, nurturing, caring, motherly, like happy home energy here with Cancer. The Emperor also indicates Aries, but the number is 4, which is Cancer. And 6 of Wands here indicates not only fire energy, but it also represents Virgo. So this is the maiden, this is a healer. There's a lot of beautiful, confident feminine energy that wants to come through, but it's being masked by this overtly masculine energy, which is why you've been feeling called in the past to kind of repolarize, to mix things up, and kind of see the way that you really feel about things. Because if you're not honoring your own feminine energy, and again, this has nothing to do with the gender of your body or the gender of your identification of self. This has everything to do with balancing just the vibes, just the energies. There is success, there's victory that's ahead for you. And it's like you can sniff it, you can smell it, you can see it. You're moving full speed ahead in this direction, but there's something about you that feels like you're going so fast that it's hard to communicate the fact that maybe the way that you're being guided, or there are some instances in your life that are bringing up feelings that are difficult for you to express. And this is happening because it is causing you to re-examine your sense of self. It's like you've been working so hard that you almost forgot to take stock, I'm hearing, of what it is that you really are, what it is that you really want. And you've changed a lot during this process. It's almost like you need to get to know yourself from a gentle and non-gripped perspective. So you definitely have a lot going for you. There could be a lot of abundance, a lot of happiness, a lot of things that have been going your way for a long time. And you're at this point now where it's time to feel it. It's time to soak it up. It's time to experience the beauty. But you've been focused so much on working, focused so much on visualizing and working, that there's a little bit of solar plexus and throat chakra energy that has been a bit neglected. I am definitely getting the energy here that you are significantly guided, particularly by perhaps animals at this time. Crows, dogs, eagles, cats could be significant. I'm also kind of seeing the caduceus here, the medical symbol for two snakes, also indicating kind of the DNA strand, the way that we kind of lose ourselves to find ourselves, which causes us to lose ourselves, which causes us to find ourselves. Like we cannot be balanced unless we're thrown off balance, and that in itself is part of balance. So as you're trying to stand in this energy that you're so proud of finding, and you're trying to open up your heart, you're realizing really what aligns with you, what doesn't align with you, and you're moving forward anyway. And there's almost a sense of regret or anger over not allowing yourself to be more gentle with yourself on the fall down. It's like here, he's hanging entirely upside down. She's just falling, jumping, hoping that she's going to hit the ground. And this is the Sun card. This indicates success. This indicates knowing exactly what you want, going for it, feeling confident in yourself. But it's like you fell and forgot to enjoy yourself on the ride, like that 21 Pilots song. So there's definitely something about you that is unique, that stands out. And maybe you finally learned how to cut through the BS and express this. But when you express yourself, it comes from a place of very, very gentle timidness, and I almost feel like that doesn't resonate with you anymore. So now you are finding balance between your soft, gushy, happy, cozy home Cancerian side and like this strict, practical Virgo kind of Aries vibe. It's like hot or cold, like emotional and empathic and here for others, or like fiery, burning stuff down just for you, just for yourself, screw everyone else kind of energy. There's this like hot and cold dynamic going on. And while you're in this energy, you've never been alone. You're not alone. You haven't been alone. And regardless of which energy you're putting out, which this heart energy here is really standing out to me, saying ground this heart-centered divinity that is within you, because you haven't been alone this whole time. And those that have come into your life at this time are here for a reason, and they're here to stay. And of course, you are protected and guided in many, many realms, even in ways that you probably don't realize yet. And you could literally have an entire crew of guides that are with you, and still not even be aware of half of them. There's definitely victory and success that's coming to you, financial abundance, but there is definitely a need to reflect. There's a need to reflect and re-experience your solar plexus again, but not from a place of feeling bad that you have a solar plexus to begin with, or feeling so confident that it's a tool to use your confidence. It's more about finding your own sense of self once more, redefining yourself, because you have changed, you have grown, you have evolved, and you no longer match your old definition of yourself. And those around you almost, I feel, maybe know you better than you do at this point, as far as your perception of yourself is inaccurate, because it's not in a way that's scary. Like, you might be afraid to open up and be vulnerable in this situation, whatever this is, but you are already looked up to. You are already seen as victorious. You're already seen as a thought leader. You're already seen as someone who is unafraid and moving full speed ahead in the direction of their dreams, of their goals. You're already seen as abundant and prosperous and kind and loyal and all of these beautiful things that you are afraid to call yourself out of like strictness, out of you want to make sure that you're perfect before you allow yourself to define yourself as perfect. Well, guess what, group number 3? You're perfect because you exist. No more, no less. You can open up your eyes, maybe. You can breathe the air, probably, and you exist, most likely. And that makes you able to do anything that you'd like. That makes you able to talk to God. That makes you able to see anything, to experience anything that you'd like. And because you have these big goals and you really want to move towards them, there's this part of you that almost feels like you have too high of expectations for yourself and you need to lower them so that you know you can fit your mold. But I think the thing that you're not seeing here is that you have such big goals because you're meant to fill these shoes. And this is only like a cornerstone. This is only a stepping stone for you to get to where you're going. This isn't even your end goal. And so you, like, thwarting your own vision of yourself and saying, well, this is where I'm at, this is where I'm going to stay, maybe I'll get a little bit more successful over time. No. These big crazy dreams that you have are not for no reason. It's because you are more than capable of achieving and exceeding them. In fact, there's every indication that could have come out that you will exceed your own goals. So if you're looking at your own goals as unattainable for yourself, you need to reassess who and what you are, honey, because I'm so sorry if this doesn't resonate with the way that you feel about yourself right now, but you are perfect, you are amazing, you are capable, and you are definitely a thought leader. You're definitely looked up to in your field of expertise, whatever it is. You are already seen as having exceeded the goal that you're setting for yourself, and you are absolutely blowing the minds of those around you in all of the realms. Your physical friends, your family, and your angels and spirit guides. They're just sitting there rooting for you and you don't even see it yet. So, ooh, wow, nurture yourself, Mother Mary. From Ascended Masters Oracle, we have nurture yourself. Father, husband, brother, son, Osiris. Okay. So this is obviously immediately saying to balance your masculine and feminine energies, to nurture yourself, but also go full speed ahead in the direction of your goals. Build. Don't be afraid to build. Don't be afraid to stand on your throne, and don't be afraid to stand out from the crowd. Don't be afraid to love so unconditionally that it creates positive change for yourself and others. Oh, Parvati, beautiful. Parvati could be looking over you at this time. She could be trying to give you guidance. I would recommend looking into her, reading some of her stories, and perhaps just trying to meditate and tune into her energy could be beneficial for you at this time. There's positive change that you have brought into your life and into others' lives. And because you nurture yourself, you are leading by example. And because you are leading by example, your physical action, you are actually creating change, not just striving for change. And there's this aspect of you're really doing way more than you give yourself credit for. And it's because it comes from a place of self-love. You're no longer trying to do things for others. You're not trying to just act because it's what you think you're supposed to do. You are giving yourself that love. You are being yourself. You're honoring your manifestations and your creations, and you're giving yourself what it is that you want. Meditate with Buddha. Okay, so you are absolutely, this is circular energy too, this mudra here that he's practicing. So by putting, here he has his right hand on top. For right hand is masculine energy, left hand is feminine. If you'd like, you can put masculine on top or feminine on top. Close your thumbs together at the top, and this will create a circle of your energy, right? This is what the Buddha is doing here. Putting your thumb around your navel and just resting this on your lap will help you to circulate your entire chi, and it will help to repolarize and rebalance anything that might feel a little bit out of whack for you. You have been taking time to nurture yourself, but you're focusing more on action right now. In the future, as this balances out, you will really be able to actually see the impact that you've already made. And the fact that you're still in this energy of action shows that the tail end of this is going to even show up in a while. Like, you're starting to see the beginning of the change that you've made, and it's going to be a long time before you even see the rest of it, because it's just going to continue, and it's going to continue to grow exponentially. So you need to believe that you're capable and that you can do what it is that you set your mind to, but continue nurturing yourself along the way. Because just because you have maybe learned a few lessons and you've learned how to take care of yourself, you've learned how to help others, and now you're taking action does not replace your feminine energy, right? So taking action doesn't replace the vision. The vision doesn't replace the action. And you have now grounded all of your visions, but now you need to ascend your actions, right? Put your own heart into it. Put your own personality into it. Put your self-confidence and your sensuality and your creativity and your comfortability into it. Allow yourself to ascend that masculine energy. We have to take charge of the situation and artistic expression. So there could be a new form of artistic expression, or maybe it's revisiting your life that's been coming up. And it seems a little relevant to you right now, but it might not seem like it fits the bill of what you're doing. This is saying that this isn't an accident. You are very literally doing something that might seem impossible, like Moses splitting the Red Sea. So by taking charge of the situation, you are deciding to put faith over fear. You're taking action. You're straight up showing up at an ocean saying, yep, okay, word, split my dude. And the ocean said, okay, you have faith in me and I have faith in you. And that's exactly what's going on. That's what you've been doing, and it's been making you successful, been making you become a leader in whatever this is that you've been doing. And you need to see yourself like this, but from a place of love and authenticity, and don't lose yourself. Continue to nurture yourself, because it's important that you remain soft through your action, and it's important that you remain steadfast and confident through your visions, as we polarize those masculine and feminine energies. Now, I want to go back to this form of artistic expression. Now, there's likely something that you feel like you are mediocre at, or you feel like it is the most authentic way you can express yourself. But it might not be what you're known for. It might not be your comfort zone. In fact, it might be something that people don't even know about you. And it could just be like you and your own little thing. The fact that this is coming up indicates that this will be the thing that I'm hearing breaks the bank, even though I'm really thinking this is going to make a change in your life. Whatever this is, this authentic version of your expression, it's coming straight from the heart, and it's being channeled from source, and this might be a way for you to express energy that you don't feel either safe or confident expressing. And there's this rebirth almost in the sacral chakra area where your intuition is telling you, do this, do this, do this. But if you tell yourself, well, whatever you tell yourself is true. Whether or not you believe there's a God, you're right. Whether or not you think you can do something, you're right. Whether or not you decide if you're going to take action towards something, well, you're right, So allow life to surprise you, go for it anyway, and release expectations of the outcome. Because honestly, at the end of the day, if you are just happy to be here and you're just grateful and you're expressing yourself authentically, you're going to just draw flocks towards you. And I keep hearing, it's the dollar bill, y'all. It's the dollar bill. It's the dollar bill that kills y'all. So there could be an indication here of maybe whatever this is, you are not doing it for the money or for the fame or for anything like this. And that could be kind of like a commonality in this field, or it could be something that has been holding you back. Like, maybe you feel like it's something you really like, but you're not good enough to make money from it. Or maybe it's something that you feel expresses yourself the most authentically, but maybe you don't feel comfortable portraying that or putting it out into the spotlight. But don't think of it like that. Think of it as you being guided. Think of it as you expressing your feminine energy. Think of it as you blossoming, finding your lotus. And here's an elephant here, which lets me know that obstacles are removed. You've had an opportunity here. Something has come into your life, most likely, that has reignited the spark of inspiration. And this is so that you can really come back to those roots that you forgot. You can find out how to nurture yourself in ways of the past, of your past, that will create positive change in your life and intrinsically in the lives of others. Now, he's covering his heart in this card, and there could be something about a past life that's coming up here, maybe a past life hurt or a past life want, a past life wish. Also, connection with
the higher heart chakra, connection with love, like divine, deep love. And this is something that you express throughout this medium. So allow yourself to feel free, allow yourself to be prosperous, and allow yourself to create the changes necessary to take this action. Because it's not about the money, the prosperity, but it's about the prosperity, the feeling of prosperity. And if you know that you're prosperous, and you know that you're grateful, and you know that you're capable, you know that you're balanced and that you're healthy, then you will be. Because our minds very much create our reality. As within, so without. As above, so below. I'd like to pull some advice for you. This will be coming from the Light Seers Tarot. Ooh, that wanted to come out. Ooh, I saw the Magician at the bottom of the deck. I'm waiting for a flyer. Okay, perfect. Knight of Swords. Okay. In the past, you definitely ran away from this. Maybe this is something that you really wanted when you were a kid and you kind of just shook it off and told yourself it wasn't possible. You've been in your head about it for a very long time because you didn't think it would give back to you equally. But you're not in your head anymore about it. You've changed your mind. It's like you maybe met or saw somebody or something or proved yourself wrong in some way, shape, or form, and now you feel able to authentically express yourself in this way, and it's bringing a new sense of fullness to your life. You feel ready to take the next step, and there's like a message or opportunity that's coming towards you which will make you very, very happy, and help you feel very free. But there's this energy of needing to go with the flow and release the outcome in order to get what it is that you want. You won't be building this alone, even though you've been... Okay, I see. So, you needed to cross this bridge alone, but it's like you are deciding now to take the last step of this bridge so that you can step into the energy of what it is you want and deserve and can authentically express yourself with. You have already built yourself a reputation. I'm hearing your reputation precedes you. You have already built yourself like a legacy or a name for yourself or a prosperity, abundance, all of this good stuff. And you had to do it alone. You've healed alone. You got out of the jailhouse of your mind alone. You ran full speed ahead towards your goals alone. You did not receive as much as you were giving, and you kept going for it. Every time something was bothering you, you didn't let it defeat you. Instead, you changed your perspective. You saw the other side and you grew from all adversity. You're sitting on your throne so beautiful, so unabashed, so absolutely flawlessly that things cannot help but be drawn to you now. And as soon as you decide to take that last step, you will no longer be building alone. Whether this has to do with your work or your artistic expression or whatever, this thing that you're so like this expression that you're so in love with, or this thing that you never felt good enough to do, or this whatever this is that you love so much, because you grew through this alone, you will never be alone again. You're not going to be expressing alone. You're not going to be building alone. You're not going to be doing anything alone. And this is going to be made blatantly aware to you as long as you, or as soon as you decide to step in your truth and speak it. I'm hearing like there's like particularly one or two like people, places, things that have absolutely no idea that this is even within you. And the second that you express this part of yourself, your life is going to change for the better. But because you're not here to change your life, you're not here for the abundance, you're not here for the prosperity, you're here because, well, you want to express yourself. You want to be fulfilled. You just want to live your life and grow and change and nurture yourself and others and help others learn how to do the same and create this beautiful never-ending cycle of love and growth and expansion. Of course your soul team's going to get called in, but you needed to be at a place to fully accept how it is you express yourself. I'm having a feeling this could have come through physically, this could have come through verbally, financially, spiritually, and there could have been so many ways that this like almost didn't manifest. Like it was trying to sneak its way in your life, like every last little corner, until it like triangulated you into, are you going to accept this about yourself or not? And you needed to do it alone so that you didn't feel pressured. You didn't feel like you had to. You didn't need to compare yourself to anybody else, because the only reason that you're here is to express your love for your love for yourself, your love for others, your love for God, source, growth, expansion, changing your mind, learning, whatever it is. And you're not going to be building alone. In fact, you're going to build something very beautiful with others, and it's going to be inspiring, and it's going to change the world. You're going to continue standing onto your throne, and you're going to continue to be victorious, even more than you could have even ever imagined. You're going to feel free for the first time in a long time, or ever. So, your advice is to just go for it, full speed ahead. If there is something or someone that you just feel randomly drawn to, can't explain it, or there's an act, like maybe you're like, maybe I should pick up my guitar for the first time in 12 years, or maybe you want to pick up your tarot cards for the first time in a million years, or get some for the first time, whatever this is. Don't make it fit. You know exactly what I'm talking about if you've made it this far in the reading. Give that rose to yourself. Allow yourself to indulge. For the sake of nurturing yourself, for the sake of self-love, for self-care. Don't try to overanalyze why or how productive this will be, or analyze what will happen, because you have definitely proven the fact that you can have a vision, you can ground it, you can take progressive and active steps in order to get there, and then reach your goal. Honey, you did that. You're already here. You're standing on your throne, and you're like, but she cries with her lonely heart, thinking, if there's nothing missing in my life, then why do these tears come at night? Britney Spears, love you, girl. And this is why. It's because there is art. There's expression that's in you that wants to come out, and you're so passionate about it. I can feel like I'm getting like worked up. You can feel how passionate you are about this, and there's a reason that this keeps coming up the way that it does. It's because it's meant for you, because you're meant for it. It's like there's this energy of just copacetic flowing that just wants to express itself through your heart center. Screw the way that your voice sounds, or the way you're going to come off, or what other people think, or how rational it is. Express yourself, love yourself, and let that be unconditional. Let unconditional love be okay and at the source of your being, because you deserve it, because you exist. And you're amazing and you're beautiful. I'm about to take this into the extended. We're going to take a look at what you can do in order to feel more confident in expressing this part of yourself. We're going to see what's been coming up in order to push you in this direction, and then we're going to see what will come up for you if you do decide to take a step in this direction. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope this helps shed light and clarity on your situation, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this crazy realm. I love you, and namaste. Hey there, group 4. If you selected the orange cutie pie, then this reading is for you. This is a message from your spirit guides, and I can tell right off the bat that this has to do with creativity, but mostly sensuality, but not in this doesn't feel like a sexual kind of sensuality. This feels very, very sweet and innocent. And when I was shuffling for you, I immediately kept getting ancestors, passed away loved ones, ancestors, passed away loved ones. We're here, we watch you, we see you. It was trying to come through like crazy. I actually had to set up a little filter system with my own angel spirits and guides in order to keep the messages coming in a cohesive order that I could pick up better, because there was just so much. They were like, oh my gosh, finally access. I just want to dump all this on you. I do want to mention unique letters like Q, Q, T, maybe Z, letters that don't come up as often as others could be relevant for you, or they could be a sign of confirmation. Also pi, 3.14. So This is indicative of the golden ratio. So whatever it is that you're doing, you are manifesting something and it's working. You are picking up messages that you might feel are a little bit like one-off. They might seem a little bit too synchronistic. They might seem a little bit too far-fetched. But you are picking up these intuitive downloads for a very specific reason. They're not coming from your imagination. They are directly being sent to you intentionally. I just got the goosebumps. Woo! Okay. So also, this indicates that you're in the divine flow of things. So, the way that things are very much the way that things are meant to be. And you are meant to re-explore a specific part of yourself that makes you feel more connected with with things feeling good, in like a sweet, pure, innocent, authentic way. It's like, I feel maybe like an inner child kind of thing going on here, but not like you're actively healing this right now. Maybe you've just finished doing some inner child healing work, or maybe you're re-dipping your toe into this. Whatever it is, there's this part of you that you love about yourself and you don't get to explore too much. And you're being kind of nudged gently in this direction, and being reminded, like, yeah, you're a cutie pie. Like, don't you forget it. Separately, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You are killing it. And, this cue, I'm hearing like Quentin Tarantino. Like, I literally don't know why. So, there could be like a movie like that is, I don't know. If it's a message for you, it'll resonate. If not, let it fly. I'm going to start pulling your tarot. So, I just shuffled these a lot, and I'm hearing don't shuffle them, we'll let some fly for you. This is a really interesting... And I'm also hearing don't take reversals. Wow. Oh, okay. Right off the bat. There are a lot of messages that want to come towards you. First thing that's coming up, past life healing and connection with your passed away loved ones or ancestors. So we have 2 of Cups and the 7 of Cups. Okay, so there's an emotional beginning that's coming towards you that is instigating a little bit of fear. Something that has to do with being cute. Maybe you're experiencing some similar energy that allows you to translate what's going on in your waking life in your dreams. But the framework that it's coming up in is a little bit different than what's happening in your 3D life, so that it's helping you process the energy, but you're not necessarily like maybe clicking the way that it's supposed to go into your 3D life. Separately, excuse me, you are just like a king or queen of your own energy right now. You are listening to your intuition, you are grounding that intuition, and you are making a lot of changes in the lives of the people around you, especially when it comes to your interpersonal relationships. You could be noticing your social circle changing quite a bit, like literally turning on its head. People you thought always would be there, you might not be feeling as interested in anymore. And people that maybe surprise you could be coming into your life. Page of Cups, absolutely. So here's another reference to this cute little energy. So I'm hearing you're a force to be reckoned with is the phrase that's coming to my mind. And because of this, being seen as cute might come off guard to you, or you could see something as cute and you don't understand why it's a force to be reckoned with, but this energy is matching you. It's trying to mirror something about yourself back to you. When it comes to your wealth and speech, there's some kind of blockage from like your inner child. I don't even want to say blockage. It's more like a wish or an aspiration, or some kind of vision maybe you were having as a little kid that you let go of because you rationalized yourself out of it as you came to grow. You decided that balance was practical, as you know, yes, to be balanced does include practicality. But notice we're all getting cups here. So this indicates that your intuition is strengthening, but it's speaking to you a lot through your emotions. And there's a way that it's trying to translate itself through you there's a way your intuition has your whole life translated itself into you, but it's been using your emotions. But now you're starting to understand this framework a little more, and you're noticing that the way that this is coming through isn't actually as much about putting you on an emotional roller coaster as it is about helping you find your authentic communication and helping you find where you belong. This house, it's kind of red. It's standing out to me. I'm thinking of that TikTok filter where it changes everything green into red. So everything that you're feeling in your heart center is to help you ground a different reality for yourself, something that you really want. And because you're seeing this, it might feel like a long way to get there. But the fact that you're seeing this, it's opening up new doors in your perception and allowing you to re-explore what is possible for you, which is really beautiful. So we have the Strength card, and I'm going to actually move these over and put this one up here with it. Oh, you got the Hermit. Okay. At this point, you are very comfortable being alone. You are pretty used to it. It seems like this process of your emotions coming up and trying to lead you in a particular direction to follow your emotions has probably thrown you through the ringer more than once during this incarnation, or just recently in general. There is a new beginning here, and there's this energy that's like normally this energy coming in, you'd be banging your head up against a wall, like, why? Why is this coming in? Please, just why? But because you're finally starting to grasp what's actually going on beneath the surface, I'm hearing, do not be afraid, I am with you. I have called you each by name. You could literally be like people whose names are significant or have the same name as a passed away loved one, or somebody who ooh, this is interesting. So maybe like a medium could be coming into your life. Or, I don't know, maybe it's me, maybe it's not, I don't know. Something is coming back into your life, but because you have this new perception, you are seeing everything from a different angle. But it's kind of taking time for these towers that have already knocked down to rebuild themselves. But you're seeing definitely from a new framework. This time you're showing up gently to yourself first this time. You are standing strong in your stability. And I'd like to point out that this is the first card, or the first color on here is red. A solid, beautiful, grounded red. We like to see that. And then there's a gentle, soft, beautiful, lively orange. It's not overpowering. It's not over pleasureful. It's not over creative. It's not like, getting out there. And it is also the Strength card, which indicates Leo energy and solar plexus energy. So you're finally feeling confident in yourself and where you are, what you're creating, and it's like you are starting to put the pieces together more so. And oh, look how this mountain range kind of completes on the Hermit. You are getting ready to go on a journey by yourself in some way, shape, or form, and you're being guided to take this journey because this will lead you to your own personal freedom, and it will help you learn a very important lesson, not in the scary way this time. I feel like you've been able to sniff out your lessons maybe a mile away as they're coming up, but knowing you need to walk through them, you might already have had like a little intuitive hit. Oh, this one's going to hurt. Oh, this one will be fun. Oh my gosh. And now you just show up in this grounded, steady fortitude, strength energy, right? Steady as the lion. But I'm hearing like this one last time, just listen to us one last time. And of course you will continue learning lessons throughout your life. But this particular thing you're being guided to is very, very significant for you. This is going to, I'm hearing, break the bank for you. It's going to really change things and flip things around. But this is something that you're going to have to do alone. But you won't be alone. It's like there's a man and a woman here who are facing each other, but they're not looking up. And if you notice, the robe and the decorations are inverted colors. Like her skin is the same lavender as his robe, and his sash is the same red as her robe. So there's definitely an energy here, especially with this infinity sign on top. There's an energy that's incarnated right now that you've been tuning into probably your whole life, or maybe you have wanted to move towards it. And you're being physically led in the direction of whatever this person, place, thing, or event is. But because you've been so jaded, but you've been so strong about it, now it's like you're getting that one last little nudge. And of course, your guides and angels and ancestors and all your little loved ones are coming through to let you know that you're a cutie pie. You're going in the right direction. It's okay if things make you feel good. As an aside, if something feels good, you see the way that things make you feel. And this is data for us. If something is enjoyable, that's a green flag. I almost said that's a red flag. So it's literally not a red flag. If something is enjoyable, that's a green flag. If something makes you feel uncomfortable or uneasy, that's a red flag. And that's for you. And that's not to stamp over the person, place, thing, or situation. That's just data for your own journey. Everything is relative. Everything is subjective here. You are very much used to being a beacon of light in your surroundings. I'm seeing that whatever this is, you are definitely either like a leader of some type, people look up to you a lot, or you hold a lot of responsibility in your current position. Because of this, taking on any more seems a little bit redundant and overwhelming, but at the same time, it's like, well, you're already doing so much. Literally, like, screw it. Why not? Let's just do it. I am being called attention to, again, the Two of Cups. There's something or someone that's matching your energy. And there's a lot of feminine energy that's coming up here. Now, we both have masculine and feminine energy within our beings, and the heart center is the center, the point of balance. Now, Stolsar chakra is coming up a lot in this reading, as well as divine gateway. So this is letting me know that you are expanding in your being, and you could be like understanding what has gone down in your past lives to a new extent. You could be having dreams about this. You could be getting premonitions. You could be having like repeat dreams from when you were younger and realize, oh my gosh, I know that person, place, or thing now. Wow. Things are coming full circle for you. But there's this aspect of healing maternal energy or healing feminine energy within and around you. There's like this lack of discomfort around feminine energy that was inherent to your being in this lifetime, which is why you were kind of being nudged in that direction a little bit. So now you are using your intuition, you're connected to the divine, you're speaking your truth, and you're grounding this energy, but there's a little bit of timidness left. There's a person, place, or situation, some kind of something that's coming into your life that is calling you to step into your feminine energy almost without, I would want to say almost without your consent. Not that there's anything non-consensual going on, but it's the fact that it's like, it's reaching into your heart, reaching into your soul, and reaching into your your femininity, and it's asking you to explore why you feel this way, because it's not wrong for you to be diving into your emotions. It's very healthy, and there are things that need to come out and be processed, but less so things from the past, as there's like a new future-oriented energy that's coming in. You've done so much work healing your past that it's time for you to put this work into your future. And the way that you're feeling, you now know how to navigate this. You've done it again and again in the past. Now it's time for you to just step out. I'm hearing go out on a limb here. And, this is telling me the planets have aligned, and also check your Mars placement. That could be super significant for you at this time. Ooh, the Hierophant. There is something that you feel called to just dive right into, but you don't feel comfortable. So I noticed that there's something that seems entirely safe, entirely knowledgeable, entirely intuitive, and you immediately feel, I'm hearing daddy energy, weird. You immediately feel like drawn or called to this, but you're not sure if you are on the level to resonate with this. Well, obviously you are, because you're resonating with this energy. So there's some kind of like emotional self-doubt that's going on when it comes to your intuition and your ability to ground it. It's like you wear your intuition on your sleeve, but not your stability, or the other way around. And this event, person, place, or thing, whatever, is reflecting this back to you in a way that's a little bit, it seems like it should be challenging, but instead it's more fun. It's just playful, and there's nothing too serious going on here. There could be some kind of commitment to building something together in the future, but that's not even what this is about. This is about increasing your energy levels. As you can see, he's doing prana mudra here, which goes into your life source center, golden star chakra, if you will, and it helps you expand your energy. It helps you to tune into that source, that prana, that chi, and tune into it, enhance it, and use it to heal and expand your being, and potentially, if you'd like, the beings of others. Now, you've likely run into somebody, or there's somebody on the other side, or you're being shown this about yourself, that is holding up a mirror about this aspect of your own self to you. And maybe you didn't know this existed, or maybe you didn't notice actually how impactful you are, or how different you are. Well, no, actually these cards are kind of indicating that you're used to being different, but you're not. Okay, so you are used to being different. You're not used to being the same. And now you found something that's the same as you, but you didn't see yourself like this. You didn't see yourself like that powerful Hierophant energy that's just ready to go out on a limb, heal people, commit to whatever, be a spiritual leader, and use your intuition in order to unlock secrets, occult knowledge. Very, very knowledgeable and always down to learn more. This is a teacher and a student. Ooh, and the High Priestess. Oh my god. Okay, definitely this is mirroring energy that's going on. 7 and 2, 2 come. Okay, so we have 2 coming up. Aquarian energy. That date would be in Aquarius. We have 5 and 7 Leo energy coming back up again, and then of course Libra. A little bit of Scorpio and Sagittarius, but these are kind of I'm really feeling this part of the read right now, so we're gonna vibe over here. So you are merging like your masculine and feminine energies in some way, shape, or form. Now, typically these 2 pillars have a B and a J on them, which could be significant for you. But here there's nothing written on them. It's like all of the writing is on the walls, but it's within you, because there are signs and synchronicities that are all around you and have been, and you learned how to read them from the inside out. So now you are coming across the opportunity to read them from the outside in. And there's like this flipping inside out that's going on here. And the point is for you to take a new step, even though it scares you and you'll have to be a little bit strong. You're about to open a door for yourself. But really, you're not alone. You're not alone doing this. There is a lot, and I mean a lot of energy surrounding you right now. I think more than you realize. Not just like energy, like if you were to practice law of attraction, manifestation right now, you would be on top of it. But since you know how to go inside and kind of filter out those thoughts, feelings, and emotions, make sure that you're doing this before you decide what it is you want, because you will get it, right? Also, as you're going on this journey, make sure that you're confident. Make sure that your wealth and speech are coming out at this time. 2, we have a lot of indication of Taurus energy here with 2 2s. Taurus is ruled by Venus. This has to do with the way that you let yourself be treated. It has to do with your morals and your values and the things that you want and desire out of life. It also has to do with kind of that little gushy mushy part in the center of your heart, right? So allow yourself to open up that little gushy mushy part of your heart. But I notice here that she is not looking at either the sun nor the moon. She's looking within, and she's pointing like in a particular direction. She knows which way to go, even though she can't see. And that's something that you have been used to doing or are being called to do. Either you're used to getting your direction internally and now you're seeing it manifest externally, or the other way around. You're used to having external surroundings kind of guiding you in one direction, and now you're finding your sense of direction from within. This is not an accident. There are, again, personal relationships that are going to make you feel some type of way that are coming in. This could be friend, family, romantic, any platonic, whatever comes up. I'm seeing P for platonic. But again, take it if it resonates. Never make anything fit. There's absolutely an energy of someone or something finally matching your energy. And on these cards, as I'm laying them out, they perfectly match all of these mandalas together. But the ones that are standing out the most to me are these heart-centered cup cards, which are all like happy cup cards. And the Hierophant and High Priestess, which is a really rare combination to come out together. Also the Fortitude and Hermit here. So with your strength, you're learning that it's okay to be alone. You're learning that it's okay to go off on a limb and just kind of do something wacky you don't see other people doing because you feel called to do it, and that is all the reason that you need. Other people do not validate your experience, only you do. These are distractions and also illusions. You have a 6 of Cups here. There is something that has you thinking about the past quite a bit. Maybe you want to create a new beginning, or you're feeling a re-spark of emotions towards a particular situation in the past. Also, there could be somebody's energy from the past that's trying to kind of weasel in to your thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and this is externally, there's an external push here. So this doesn't come from you. You are not processing this. This isn't your angel spirits and guides. What I'm actually hearing is that they're trying pretty hard to put up a wall so this energy doesn't seep through. But there's a possibility of maybe some spell work or psychic goings-ons, manifesting, etc. of like a past situation. So like, for example, if there's someone or something, like if there's like someone you don't talk to anymore and things didn't go down very well, there's definitely an energy here of them trying to send you energy and trying to manifest you. But you have cut the cords here. Your angels, ancestors, and guides have put up a wall here, but they're still trying. So just this little much energy, just to let you know this is going on, so that if you feel confused by this energy tapping on you, that's what it is. It's somebody tapping on you, and this is the energy of somebody who wants you to process their emotional baggage for them, because they are not going to do it. And I'm just going to leave that there. That's not your job. Please do not do that. It will just throw you for a loop and take energy away from yourself. Now, back to the reading. So, Hierophant, High Priestess, and Six of Cups. So, you're realizing that something matches your energy perfectly, and that something is literally meant for you, at least right now. In order to take a step into this direction, you are going to need to reassess the way that things made you feel in the past. Reassess the physical events that went down in your surroundings, and then also some of the experiences. I'm definitely hearing experiences that you had last time this energy came around. Not this one that's tapping on you, that's trying to distract you from where you're being guided, but where you're actually being guided. Say, Hermit, say you're being guided to go travel, or to move, or to confirmation on move. Okay, that's a good example. If you're feeling guided to move right now, maybe last time you moved, you started having weird experiences, like with ghosts, your ancestors, extraterrestrials, or maybe just weird synchronicities following you around. Take it if it resonates. Or certain feelings that were coming up, a particular thought pattern, a song that was stuck in your head the whole time that normally wouldn't be. Pay attention to these things. These are the energies that hold messages for you, so that you can kind of take these little bits of your own timeline and sew them together so that you can see the picture. You've been given the thread and the needle. You just need to put the action behind it. And this is going to be a mental and emotional process for you. Oh, Eight of Wands. So something's happening very fast for you, and this is another card that indicates travel. So you're definitely being called to step out of your comfort zone, first and foremost, absolutely, but it's going to require a lot of confidence on your part. I see that this is the first primarily yellow card that has come out, and it is also an 8, which fell under this 8, Scorpio energy. So this is something that really, really resonates with you at the core. This is something that's going to require some kind of large transformation of your physical self. And also to have you being confident in your own spirituality, or your own beliefs. There's going to be an element here of taking what you've learned and paying it forward, passing it on, and things are going to go very, very quickly for you. Now, the fact that you're being called to go on a journey, perhaps alone, might seem a little bit daunting, but all of these cards are indicating that you are not alone, especially in the physical realms. In the spiritual realms, but in the physical realm, it's very likely that you have maybe one or two people, something about cute. This little puppy is coming up to me. So there's an energy here that you will not be alone in the physical realm either, but they might not be physically with you, whatever energy this is, because this is going to be a you alone thing. Not that you won't meet new people, not that you won't still have your friends and family, but if they're with you, the communication will be like drawn back a little bit, or you'll only be able to communicate online, or you won't have good access to Wi-Fi or whatever. This is very, very intentional, so that you are able to take this solo journey and not allow these other energies to interfere with what's processing for you right now. Because there's a change coming in the way that you express yourself, but it's not just the way that you express yourself, right? It's the way that you're changing the blueprint of your soul. You are consciously manifesting, with the help of others in ethereal realms, your own future right now. And to have too many others, thoughts, energies, emotions, opinions up in this energy is going to slow down the process and cause some self-doubt. Now, as you can see, it took up until this point in order to get the confidence card, and as soon as the confidence card came out, boom, quick movement. So everything was kind of happening behind the scenes in the spiritual realms, in the mental and the emotional. And then the second that you decide you're strong enough to not care what other people think, and you're strong enough to do this alone anyway, and that you know what's meant for you and nobody else does. And when you look back into the past, you just see this consistently manifested. You're having maybe consecutive dreams. You're having maybe consistent songs that are popping into your head. Maybe you are like communicating with somebody's higher self in some way, shape, or form. The second that you stop gaslighting yourself about this, the second that you give yourself this, yes, absolutely affirmative. This is happening. I feel this way. This is my experience. Doesn't matter who, what, when, where, why, or how. This is my experience, and that is valid. Boom. All of this is going to create so much abundance and prosperity for you. We do have 88, which represents perpetuality, and also completing of a cycle, because perpetuality is the last lesson of Pisces, which is the last zodiac sign, obviously. So, with the Hermit and Judgment, you are. This is weird because the cards almost say the opposite, but what I'm hearing and feeling is that you are not alone in this. You are not alone. You will not be alone, and you don't have to be alone. You're not meant to even be alone, but, yes, and this is the but, you need to be okay being alone so that you can stand fully in your power. And then at this point, you will get your 10-10, your completion, your perfect happiness, your judgment, your fair karma, everything that you've been wanting and trying to manifest. Well, not only is it a little bit in front of your face, mostly in spiritual and emotional, ethereal ways, but it's seeping into the physical. You are vibing at this so hard that it can't help but ground itself. It can't help but seep into your physical reality. Because of this, because this came in this way, the energy is unwavering. If you kind of were like, oh, maybe I'll go over here, kind of feel guided to go this way, and now I feel if you're just wandering around, right, allowing other people's opinions and direction to kind of let you take a few detours, you're not going to make as big of a difference as you're trying to make. You're not going to be as successful as you want to be. You're not going to be as confident and know that this came from you, whatever this is that you're working on, or whatever this is. Because this is definitely precursor to the story energy. This is like the first couple scenes of a movie. This is the pilot episode of a season or a series. This is the energy that's going on here. And this is why you might be feeling, I'm hearing dazed and confused. This could be why you're feeling a little bit out, just way out here. Because you're not meant to live the same life as everybody else. So other people, in your energy, which I don't see too much of it, but it's this is what you've released. This is gone. This is out. So these energies from the past are they want to kind of just be irrelevant to you. They need to be irrelevant for you so that you can take a step confidently in your own direction alone, so that your intention is learning and growing and expanding, and from here you will get everything you ever wanted. And there is definitely a big surprise for you that is coming way fast. And again, if you're being encouraged to move or travel, now is definitely the time to look into this at the very least. There's definitely a reason for this, and if it doesn't make sense, or you feel like talking to other people in your life or asking their opinion about it will sway you from wanting to do this, keep it to yourself. Just do a little bit of research, keep it under wraps, and do your own thing. Because I can see here that you will not lose anything that's meant for you, but anything that's not meant for you is trying to walk away. So the harder that you hold on to things in the physical, and the less you pay attention to your emotions, which might be a little bit overwhelming at this time, this is for a very, very particular reason. It's because you need to be strong, know who you are and what you've built. You need to know what you can do. You need to know what makes you feel good and what resonates with you and what doesn't. That way, when you step into this energy, you have your own identity and not a mosh posh of the people that you've been spending your time around. Again, the planets aligning is a thing. Check the transits, check your Mars. Mars has to do with your passion. It has to do with your, have to do with your sexuality, your creativity, your passion, your frustration, right? If anybody has a weird kinks, check your Mars. Anybody has gets angry over weird little things, check your Mars. You want to see how someone deals with conflict, particularly, check the Mars, right? Also, you want to know why you feel a little agitated today, check the Mars up in the sky, right? See how it aspects your chart. So I'm going to pull some advice for you. Astrocartography is coming to mind as well. This is where you take a look at your astrology chart and you align your sky, your energy with the actual map. And this will let you know places that are beneficial for you. For example, wherever your Mars placement is, whatever house, say you have Mars in your 7th house. Oh my God, have fun with your relationships. Sorry. Say you have Mars in your 7th house, right? So your ascendant is going to be where the sun set when you were born, and your descendant is going to be where it rises because it is flipped, right? So if you have Mars on your descendant, it might be good for you to look at where that physical location would be, or locations that align with that line on the map. This will help you geolocate places that are beneficial for you. And then you can look at this as look in your houses, see which area of life you want to like kind of pop off by doing this, see what planets are here, see the way that it will make you feel, choose something happy, choose something that'll put you in the spotlight, choose something that'll make you feel good, choose something that will help you get over a conflict, whatever it is. Do what you feel called to do. But if you do feel called to move, it might be really beneficial for you to actually take a look at your astrology chart and then literally overlay this with like the earth, the hemisphere. Look at it like a big map, and you can say, I'm trying to vibe out with my fourth house right now. So what is on this line, right? So take a look at that. Super helpful. Your advice is listen, fertility, and drink more water. Okay. Word. You're processing a lot of emotions right now, and you have a lot on your plate. And there's this vibe. I don't know why. Pan, love him. Shout out. I'm very feeling that Pan and the Green Man are around you right now. So definitely send him some love and hugs for me. Also Pan flute. I love that Pan is doing a Pan flute. Oh my god. Okay. Sorry. Just like put me in a tizzy. There's this vibe a little bit of you have so much on your plate that you kind of just drop it and like pick up some busy work, or you play some music instead, or there's an element of you having a like distracting hobby, but this is for a reason. It's not unproductive for you to be spending time doing this. It's helping you process on your way to taking your productive action in these other areas of life. This is very important for you. It's an important part of your process, and there's a reason that it's here. There's a reason that it's coming back up for you. And it's because there is definitely fertility here. I'm not going to say if this is like financially or whatever abundant, but this is useful for you. This is purposeful. This is intended to have manifested alongside you. This does not come from this life, and you definitely have a gift in this area that you don't let a lot of people see, probably because it is deeply tied with your emotions, and there is something deeper here. There's a reason why it's no big deal to one person, but it's a huge deal to you. There's a reason why other people are like, oh yeah, I can do this, whatever, and you kind of like hide yourself in a little corner and do it whenever things get overwhelming. There's a reason, okay? So look into it. Listen, I feel like that. Listen. Listen to your inner guidance. This fell on top of the Hierophant and the High Priestess, which lets me know that you are absolutely guided. You are guided by masculine energy, you're guided by feminine energy, and you are harnessing both within yourself. So listen to both. They will not guide you astray, particularly because you are super balanced at this time. You have one thing on the mind, and I'm hearing, wait till I get my money right. So, LOL, I don't know. So, you could be focusing really hard on trying to make these things happen that you are feeling intuitively guided to do. But it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of abundance, and you need to have faith that as long as you continue doing the work in your mental, spiritual, and emotional, and thoughts and all of the realms, the more it will be easier for you to take this action in the physical. Apart from that, you have some strings being pulled in the background, but you are a co-creator. There's this energy here of you processing of some kind of crusty ass old things in the corner of your being, kind of. So as you're processing this, be gentle with yourself. Know that if you're doing work in emotional realms or in mental realms, that this is work too. Know that if you are doing emotional work, you will be physically rewarded. If you're doing physical work, you'll be emotionally rewarded. And that's not to say physical work doesn't, justify physical results. They absolutely do. That's the way that it works. But the energy you put out is the energy you put in, is what I'm trying to say. And it's not a waste of time to process your emotions. It's not a waste of time to explore those little busy hobbies that you have that make you happy. Make sure you're getting your things done. Make sure that you're showing up for yourself. But at the end of the day, have your confidence and know that you're a little cutie pie and that you're always in the right place at the right time. Things are definitely divinely orchestrated. And again, I'm seeing Fibonacci spiral with this pie because it obviously. So if you're trying to manifest something, or you really want something, and or this could have to do with maybe you're feeling like you want to up and move or up and change something big and random and like, whoa, that kind of came out of the blue. What you're going to want to do here is take a look and see if there's energy in the situation that's moving, right? And if you're at point A and you want to get to point B, it's shaped like a spiral. Now, if you're moving and things are not happening, you need to not move, and it will come to you. If you are not moving and you're waiting for something to magnetize to you, then you need to move. That is the law of attraction. That's magnetism right there. You put out something electric and draw back something magnetic. But if you don't put out the electricity, you can't draw the magnetism. And if you're not magnetic, you can't put out the electricity. Do you know what I'm saying there? It's like this polarization when you have two sides of the same magnet and they kind of float, right? So you need things to be polarized. You need your masculine energy, you need your feminine energy, but you also need to know where that center is. And it needs to be clear, it needs to be pure, so that the thing that manifests is the cleanest and purest version of that energy that's possible. And it just kind of saves us a few headaches along the way. Also, drink some more water. This does have to do with strengthening your emotional body and your intuition. There's definitely an element of your intuition here, at least in your own community or the people that you surround yourself with regularly, is absolutely incomparable, is the word that I'm hearing. She's all like draped in gold. She's got a freaking tiger. She's like, yes, queen. Like, yes, I love it. But also physically, drink some more water. Not to be icky, but like, check out the color of your urine, like check out the way that you feel, check out your sinuses, all this stuff. If you want to tune in with water energy more, you can go ahead and connect your thumb with your pinky for this mudra. This will bring fire to the water energy in your body, and it will help you increase you'll feel your emotions a little more clearly. You will also process them a little more clearly, and it will help hydrate you. And again, for mudras, open circles create open channels that happen very quickly. Closed mudras also open channels, but it's a little more of a permanent solution that comes like slow and steady versus slow, steady, and permanent, and quick, effective, and temporary for the most part, right, as you're balancing your energy. So keep this in mind. I think I'm going to hop into the extended from here. There are definitely some more messages that want to come out. Particularly, I'm hearing past loved ones, like passed on. If there's a masculine energy, there's a masculine energy that's around you, that is passed on, and it's trying to communicate with you. I'm going to take this into the extended, but I really hope that this helps shed some light, love, and clarity onto your situation. I love you so much. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this crazy realm. Hope you figure out the situation and fearlessly go towards your goals, because you deserve it, and you're awesome, and you're worth it, and you're a cutie pie. So I love you so much, and namaste.